Hey guys, welcome. I'm Christine. I'm owner and content creator of bloomingbrilliant.net, where I share educational resources, parenting advice, and of course, information about homeschooling. I homeschool my daughter, who is 12, and my son, who is 8, right here in Brooklyn, New York, and I love to share a homeschooling journey with you. This past month, August, so this past week, I have been posting videos every day, and I'm going to continue doing that, and I am very proud, so I'm just doing a little celebration that I actually stuck with it for this week, and I have posted a video every single day. So let's celebrate. Whoa! Especially, it's been a hard week because we had 3 birthdays. Mine was the 5th, my daughter was the 7th, and my son is today the 8th. So it was a lot. It was a lot to juggle, but we celebrated birthdays. We did what we had to do for life, like work and all that stuff. And we still showed up here and we did videos and we didn't overthink it. We came on messy. Didn't matter. It was okay. So yeah, that was just a celebration. I also want to celebrate you guys because you're all super amazing, sending me these great and uplifting messages that I just love so much. So I want to thank you so much, and I try to respond to each and every one, but sometimes I get a little sidetracked because I'll be like responding, or in my head I'll be responding, and then my kid will be like, mommy, 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 ma, and I tend to forget then to come back and respond or send it. So I will try harder to do that because I like to respond and get to know you guys. But I just wanted, in case I did miss you, to just say thank you, and that they mean so much to me, because there are so many times that I think that this doesn't, like, who cares about this little woman from Brooklyn sharing these things about homeschooling, and like I could just be focused on homeschooling and being regular life, and not be on the internet videotaping myself or taking photos and writing and all that. But then I come back to all the amazing messages that are saying, oh my goodness, thank you so much, I watch your videos, you're such a help and all this, and it makes me feel so good, and I'm so glad that it actually helps you guys. So thank you. And that was your little celebration. Now we're going to jump back into our homeschooling planning chat. I've been trying to chat about homeschool planning all this past week, and I think we did. I'm going to recap a little, because I like to recap. On Sunday of last week, I got real with you and told you can homeschool if I can homeschool, and you could check that out. That was a very hard video, but I got a lot of amazing responses from it that made me feel like I did something good by sharing. And so yeah, thank you for all the comments and messages. Then we talked about not being overwhelmed, or not to overwhelm yourself and overplan kind of thing. We talked about taking breathing room, which that might have been yesterday. We talked about working from home. We talked about so many things. I'm trying to think. We showed the homeschool planner that was launched. We showed notebooks too. So it was like an extra video in there. And so many things. So if you missed any of those videos, definitely go back in the feed and check them out, because they may be really helpful for you in your homeschool planning. So today's homeschool planning tip is that we want to confirm our methods, our learning styles, and our values when we are planning our homeschool. So when you're choosing curriculum, when you're planning on how you're going to implement the curriculum into your homeschool, all of that, you want to kind of do an overview of the best way your child learns and what's the learning style that they have. You want to do a little overview of your values and make sure that the curriculum coincides with your values. There's secular and non-secular curriculum, so if you want to make sure that you choose the right one, religious and non-religious homeschooling curriculum, what fits best for your family. If you want to be very faith-focused, then you want that maybe sprinkled throughout your homeschool. If you're not super, you don't want it in your curriculum, maybe, like, you could be religious without having to have it in your curriculum. and spread throughout every subject, you can do that too. So just reviewing all the stuff that you are purchasing or picking up and using and implementing, you want to make sure that it all lines up in your homeschool plan. And your methods. So how do you plan on doing everything? You know, sitting down and taking that time to just get it a little bit more focused. Like, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. You may need to be, you will need to be flexible on this, but having it at least set aside as a plan, and then, you know, you always have something to go back to. So if things go way off, which they do, you always have something to go back to. Like, no, okay, we know that this works, kind of, so we're going to go with that. And you could always, like, change it as you're doing it and figuring out what works best for your kids, for you as the teacher, and all of that. So focusing on that and taking that a little bit of time to figure out what works best for your family, and, you know, and making sure that you're catering to your children's education, because, or your children, because the education is catered towards your children. Because this is what I was forgetting, but homeschooling, a benefit, like one of the top benefits of homeschooling, is the simple fact that the education is catered toward your child. So if you are familiar with traditional school, as most of us are, this is like our first time entering the whole homeschool thing, we know traditional school. So if your child is struggling with something, like for instance, it could be math, right? Your child is struggling, but the class has to continue going. It's like on this train track, and you have to keep going, and if you're struggling, that's fine, you can work over to the side, but we're going to keep going, so it's going to be even harder for you to catch up, honey, but we're going to keep going, okay? And you're going to just be floundering around. In homeschool, you can stop, wait a minute, let's try this again, rewind, go back, start from the beginning, start from the point of, you know, confusion, and really dive in and try to work it out until, you know, they are good, and then, you know, it all unfolds the way it should be for your child. It's catered towards them. If you're originally bought a curriculum and it works this way, like you're reading the book and that's it, but your child needs to see it be done, or your child needs like a one-on-one tutor, or your child needs to actually manipulate stuff in order to do it, or move around while doing it, you have that power in your homeschool to teach your child the best way that they learn. So take advantage of that. Do some deschooling. We have some information on the website. We have some information right here on YouTube. We have videos and content about deschooling. Take that time that if you just got out of the traditional school setting to deschool, to not even worry about doing school, to start picking up little things and finding the joy in learning, and just, even if you have been homeschooling, but your homeschooling is feeling a little blah, you know, taking that time to just focus back on the kid, focus back on the family, focus back on your methods and your goals and your values, and just rebooting the whole system. Like, do a restart, do a reboot, and get yourselves where you can offer the best possible solutions to learning, and, you know, and provide that catered education for them. So anyway, that's what I have to share for today, and I hope that helps you, and I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. Don't overthink all of these like little tips. You don't have to do it all. You know, you don't have to sit there and take 3 days in order to like look up every method or philosophy of homeschooling. But you can be open to learning more about different methods of learning, different homeschooling philosophies, you know, focusing in on your values and planning out, you know, just the way you're going to do everything, so that way you have like a rough thing to always come back to. You know, it's meant to help you. Whatever works for you, that's great. If this is not a tip that you feel gravitated towards, then you could ignore it and not have to follow it. I'm sure not everybody does these things. These are just tips that I've been picking up through the years that, you know, this really helps me when I'm planning my homeschool. So I hope it helps you. I'm going now. I'm going to go celebrate my son's birthday for the rest of the day. I will try to hop on and drop links in all the description boxes that I owe links to and all that. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. And happy homeschooling. Bye.